Once in my life, I was in a bad place. I was living in a bad home, which was my mother's home. And the reason I left my mom's home is because my mom was very abusive to me. She told my sisters to break my teeth. She would scratch me. She would yell at me. She would scream at me. So I left her home and I came to live with my dad because it was a more safer and calmer environment. And when I was here with my dad, they took me away. But when I was with my mom, they didn't take me away. They didn't talk. They didn't say anything. They said my mom was a good mom. They were praising her and giving her credit for things she never did. And they have double standards is what I'm trying to say. They would say one thing with my mom and one thing with my dad. And the children's aid don't help children at all. In reality, they're legalized criminals. They take children away from their parents. They rip families apart. They draw wedges into families, and they cause trouble. And they do this all for money. And they're funded by the government, and they're funded by people because people think they're helping children. But in reality, they're making children suffer. And I was one of the children that suffered a lot. When I was in the home, I had depression. Sometimes I would cry and I would call my siblings and I would tell them, look where I am, look what happened to me. And they didn't really have anything to say, or they didn't have anything to respond to. And while I was there, I was just sad, and I was waiting till this day until I turned 16 so I can have the right to leave and I can have the right to live my life properly, because they disrupted my whole life. They took me out of school. They bring me to a new environment I've never been in. They alienated me. They bring me all the way on the other side of Toronto, and they knew what they were doing. They knew that they were taking me away from my family and taking me away from a good life, but they were doing this on purpose because they want to get back at me because I stood up to them and I exposed them, and they don't want people to expose them. Even when I was in court and I tried to stand up and talk, Judge Zisman, she actually told me to sit down because she knew if I talked and if I opened up my mouth, all their lies and all their crimes would be exposed. And the children's aid, they need to realize they're not helping children. They're ruining children's lives. Many children have suffered because of them. And they need to stop doing this to children. And someone needs to stop them because this is unacceptable. They ruin children's lives completely. There's some children that kill themselves because of them. And I was very fortunate that Father Arthur and many other people in my life have helped me do better in my life, and they've helped me get out of the foster home and try to start my life over again. Now I'm out of the foster home. I'm able to put my life back together, maybe go to school again, and live my life properly, because they took me away for no reason. There was no legitimate reason that they took me from my father. They just wanted an excuse. They just wanted to take me and to get back at me. And while I was in the foster home, I didn't like it at all. I was in a strange home with strange people, and the like I said, the home was dirty. It wasn't clean at all. The foster mom would make us shower downstairs where the basement is, and she would shower on the floor she was on, and she would just treat us differently, and she would feed us canned food, and she would eat different food, and she wouldn't give me any money at all when I would go outside. She would tell me, you're not going to get any money until you go to school, and sometimes she would yell at me, and she just treated me very badly. And sometimes, actually once, the kids went against me and they started arguing with me because the foster mom told the kids that I was talking about her I did talk about her because I talked about the issues. I talked about how she was treating me. And the kids were telling me, oh, why are you talking about the lady's name? Her name is Linda. They said, why are you talking about her? And I said, I'm talking about her because she's doing bad. And I just walked away from them. But even the foster mom managed to brainwash the kids and turn them against me and make them argue with me. And I found that to be very petty and very bad.